Good morning, everyone. First, thank you very much for joining today. I see that we have already quite some participants. Thank you very much for waiting and for showing up today to our EU Info Day for the EU Business Hub Japan and Korea program. So warm welcome to everyone. We'll get started today with an introduction to the program, but also to the specific business mission of Smart Energy Week. We're very happy and excited to present to you what the program has to offer and also give you some additional tips and tricks on how to best apply and showcase your profile for the program. So today on the agenda, we have first an introduction to the EU Business Hub program, then a presentation of the Smart Energy Week business mission, where you'll hear all about the program, but also how the business mission is supposed to look like. Then how to apply. And finally, we'll look at tips and tricks for your applications to make sure that you put all the chances on your side and be as attractive as possible to participate to the program. And finally, we'll have some time for questions and answers to answer any doubts you may have. We have all the team here ready to answer any of your questions. So let's kickstart with a quick introduction to the program. So the EU Business Hub, Japan and Korea. So you probably have heard actually of previous edition of this program, maybe potentially the EU Gateway Business Avenue, that was the previous edition of the program. It's a long-standing initiative aiming at connecting EU businesses in Asia. This year's edition is running from 2024 to 2027 and focuses on the Japanese and Korean markets. And I'm actually very happy to say that the team has been involved in previous editions of the program. So we've been building this long-standing expertise as well, and are very happy to be back for another round to provide companies with all the best lessons learned and all the best services that we can. So really, it's important for us to stress that fact that we've been here for already other editions and are happy to share what we've learned to provide companies with the best services. So just to give you a quick overview of what the EU Business Hub is, it's an EU-funded program that supports EU small and medium-sized enterprises in 3 key sectors. First, the green, but also digital, and third, healthcare sectors, to enter the Japanese and Korean markets. So the idea is to help companies internationalize in these 2 markets. The program is running for 4 years until 2027 and will organize 10 business missions in Japan and 10 business missions in the Republic of Korea. And for each of these business missions, 50 cutting-edge companies will be invited to participate and join us on this adventure. They'll benefit from extensive business coaching, matchmaking, and other services that you will discover today, and that we're very happy to offer to our innovative companies participating into the program. So just to give you a quick overview and give you a couple of key numbers. So we have 2 key markets, Japan and the Republic of Korea, that the program is focusing on. 3 key sectors, the green and low carbon technologies, digital solutions, as well as healthcare and medical equipments. So if you're in a company in these 3 sectors, we probably have something interesting and attractive for you today. And we will have 20 business missions running from 2024 to 2027 with 10 business missions in Japan, 10 in Korea. And for each of these business missions, 50 innovative companies will be invited to join us. To give you also a quick overview of how the business missions will be spread, we have, so in Korea, we'll cover three of the sectors that I mentioned. So the digital solution, green and low carbon technologies, and healthcare and medical equipments. And in Japan, only two out of the 3 sectors, which are digital solution and green and low carbon technologies. So that's a bit the geographic split of business missions as well. Then, just to go a bit deeper into our three sectors, just to give you an overview, we have indeed lots of subsectors that the team is focusing on. So if you're a company in one of those subsectors, there is probably a business mission for you across these next 4 years. So for the digital solutions, for instance, just to name a few, we're very interested in companies operating in artificial intelligence, digital technologies, but also cybersecurity, robotics, fintechs, and even more. Similarly, in the healthcare and medical equipment, we're very much interested in companies operating in ICT and healthcare, but also assistive technologies, nanotechnologies in healthcare. And for the green and low carbon technologies, just as well to name a few, but this is of course full of opportunities. We're looking at clean energy technologies, but also circularity, environmental and climate change mitigation technologies, and even more. So this is a bit of an overview of what we're interested in and what the program will focus on for the next 4 years. Then you probably are wondering a bit more about the different objectives of the program, and they're actually quite straightforward. There are 4 of them, and I believe they really give the best of both worlds. The first one is trade facilitation. So as you probably have understood, the idea here is really to facilitate business collaboration and cooperation between EU companies and Japan and the Republic of Korea. In specifically the 3 sectors that we are targeting, the green, digital, and healthcare sectors. The idea is also to provide SME support and make sure that we provide tailored assistance to companies, especially SMEs, and also startup building meaningful connections in those 2 target markets. The idea is also to provide visibility and promotion of the EU brand to make sure that European companies are represented and present abroad, showcasing the EU brand and their excellency in Japan and the Republic of Korea. And finally, the idea is to provide companies interested in the Japanese and Korean market with enhanced market insights, because you have the opportunity to go in the target markets, receive key information on also those 2 markets to make sure that you can enter and lower those trade barriers as much as possible and make significant connections and business deals in those two target markets. So that's a bit for the objective. We also have a wide range of coaching services that we propose as a program to achieve these objectives. I like to call it the 360 degrees view. And as you can see, we offer a wide range of services, starting from the application and pre-selection process, where we want to make sure that companies are well prepared. That's why we offer these information sessions, but are also very much available via email whenever you want to contact us. Everything is available on our website. Our contact platform is available. We're here to make sure that you prepare your application as well as possible and build your assets as much as possible to be as attractive as possible for the program. We also provide business intelligence, namely brief for participants, with interesting information on the target markets, the business cultures, all the important things to know before entering the Japanese and Korean market as a company. We also provide matchmaking and networking opportunities ahead of the business mission to facilitate one-on-one meetings with local companies. We provide networking opportunities as well during your business mission, which is really a key asset of this program, I'd like to say, because companies have the chance to meet their counterparts and any interesting stakeholders during their business missions as well as before. We also provide legal and regulatory framework advices, supporting companies with any regulatory issues, certification questions. Similarly, for linguistic services to remove any translation barriers while entering your target market. And finally, we provide logistical support, guiding companies in preparing for their business mission and their exhibition during the program. So that's a bit it in terms of services we offer. Now, just to give you a bit of an overview also, beyond these services, what's coming ahead. So this is for the Republic of Korea. We have a lot of business missions coming up, and in green you can see the business missions related to the field of energy, green and low carbon technology. First, we have NVEX coming up in Seoul in June 2025. And as you can see in 2026 and 2027, we also have green and low carbon technologies related events coming up. In Japan, we also have, in the next slide, the upcoming events. As you know, the Smart Energy Week coming up in February 2025, which is what we will discover today together, as well as other business missions coming up in the field of digital solution and green energy technologies until 2027. So that's a bit it in terms of the timeline. Now I will leave the floor to Nicoletta, that will give you a good overview of the Smart Energy Week 2025 business mission and try to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this info session today. So let's now give a little bit an overview of the details of the EU Smart Energy Week 2025 that will take place in Tokyo between the 17th to the 21st February 2025. So why actually we selected the Smart Energy Week? So this is a trade fair that in the last year registered more than 60,000 visitors from about 59 countries. So a global exhibition and a global trade fair that is focused on clean energy technologies. So there are technology provider, solution provider, producer, and so on. So it is actually a hub for doing a business in Asia in the green and low carbon technology sector, and provide you with a network of leading partners in the field of energy transition, climate and environmental technologies, and so on, and a way to establish a network of contacts of stakeholders, small and medium-sized enterprises and startups in the field, to create meaningful connection with them, with local actors, and will provide you also with an international stage to display your solution, your services, and your products. So for this particular business mission, we are looking for small and medium-sized enterprises and startups that are active and involved in the energy systems, in the green and low carbon technologies. So any EU SMEs and startups that is active in the renewable energy field, whether it is solar, geothermal, aerothermal, hydrothermal, or wind energies, but also that is providing system and solution like off-grid clean energy systems and solution, energy efficiency, carbon services, circularity services, power generation, management and control systems, cogeneration technologies, and also those companies that are active in the field of intermediate energy carriers, such as, for example, green and blue hydrogen and biogases. The business mission will start on the 17th of February. We're talking about the 5 days 4-night business mission. On the first day, there's the arrival, a sort of welcome and get together, a networking gathering of the 50 selected companies. Then on the 18th, the day is dedicated to briefing session and study tour and site visits. So in the morning, there will be a briefing session on the business mission week, the presentation of guest speakers, and a meet and greet with mentors. And the afternoon is fully dedicated to site visit to sector relevant facilities and study tour. On the 19th, 20th, and 21st of February, we are dedicating our business mission agenda to the setup of the exhibition. So to the exhibition activities, but also matchmakings and B2B meetings with local counterparts. So there will be a press briefing and a press tour in the morning, and then exhibition and networking and business meeting in the framework of the Smart Energy Week, followed by an evening reception, an evening business reception. The following day, on the 20th of February, the exhibition continue together with the matchmaking activities, and the same goes with the last day, where there will also be a post-business mission debriefing and an organizer debriefing. Of course, the final schedule and structure of the business mission will be presented during the pre-departure briefing that will take place on the 6th of December. Let's have a look now in more detail at the benefits for participating companies. First of all, the EU Business Hub program provides you with strategic coaching. The coaching starts before the mission with the pre-departure preparation, where you will receive information on the market opportunities, market insights, as well as a training on local business culture. During the business mission, as we've seen before, while presenting the business mission agenda, there will be sector briefs, on-site industry and sectoral briefing session with site visits to sector relevant facilities. You will have the opportunity to engage in B2B meetings with an individual and tailored schedule of B2B meetings with carefully selected Japanese enterprises. So once we concluded our selection, let's say, process of companies, and you have been selected, our coaches will get in contact with you to further define the schedule of business-to-business meeting. At the same time, you have the opportunity to exhibit your product, your services, and your solution during an international trade fair, and you will benefit from an individual exhibition space or booth and be part of the EU pavilion with other 49 companies from all over the EU. We will cover the exhibition fee at Smart Energy Week, and you will have the opportunity to, of course, in addition to the pre-scheduled B2B meeting, to meet and network with other companies, other EU innovative companies active in your field of activities, and we will provide also targeted promotion of your company's product and services in the framework of the trade fair. In addition to these three elements, our team provides you with logistical support. So the support is provided at interpretation level, but also you will receive support to install your booth, to design and also create a digital business mission catalog, as well as promotional material. These are some services that are covered by the program. And in addition to that, you can benefit from financial support. So the program covers the accommodation, meaning 4 nights, 1 room per company at the selected hotel, which is the Grand Nikko Tokyo Daiba. And the program will contribute with the maximum EU contribution of €1,000 per company. In addition to that, you have the opportunity to opt for customized services, whether you need, for example, to print some material or to improve the decoration of your booth, or, for example, you will need legal advice or forensic information. The program contribute at a 80% rate these type of services with a maximum EU contribution of €1,000. We'll see now in the next slides a little bit how the EU pavilion will look like and how the individual exhibition space would look like in the framework of the Smart Energy Week Spring 2025. So how actually can you apply if you are interested in this business mission? So this is the general timeline. We'll have one unique deadline to submit both your expression of interest and, if eligible, also to submit your application form. And the deadline to express interest and apply is the 25th of October, 2024. overall, let's say 1 month, more or less 1 month after the application deadline, you will receive a communication about the selection of results. So whether you have been selected or not selected for the specific business mission. The pre-departure briefing will take place on the 6th of December, and then our business mission will take place in Tokyo between the 17th to the 21st February 2025. So if you're already interested, you can go already to our website or scan the QR code that you see on the slide, and you will land on the business mission webpage. Let's say that you would like to start your application. First of all, very important to verify whether your company actually comply with the eligibility criteria. So as said before, we are addressing, or we're targeting EU small and medium-sized enterprises and startups, and there are 6 actually eligibility criteria that each company should meet. First of all, if you're an SMEs, you should exist for at least 5 years and be able to demonstrate 3 years of financial figures. For startups, we ask as eligibility criteria to exist for at least 3 years and be able to demonstrate 2 years of financial figures. We are addressing SMEs and startups that are entirely or majority EU owned and have headquarters in the European Union, that are active in one of the economic sectors covered by the program. So in this case, for the Smart Energy Week, those companies that are active in the green and low carbon technology sectors, either as producer, as a subcontractor, or a research and development company or engineering company, and business consultants are not eligible for our business mission. We are looking for companies that already have internationalization activities, cooperation activities outside the EU, and are able to demonstrate that they can dedicate sufficient turnover or human resources to enter, in this case, the Japanese market with a solid business strategy for Japan. We remind you that for our program, SMEs and startups can participate in up to 3 business missions that are distributed between both countries, meaning you have the opportunity to participate, for example, in 2 business missions to Japan and 1 in the Republic of Korea, or 2 in the Republic of Korea and 1 in Japan if you're meeting the eligibility criteria that we have just explained. The business mission cycle is summarized in this slide. So you will see there's a first step, which is the registration process. So you're invited to create an account on the EU Business Hub website. You are invited to express your interest for the business mission, and then there will be eligibility decision, meaning our team will check whether you have all the elements to participate and you are eligible to apply. If you're eligible, you're invited to fill in the application form for the relevant business mission. And then, as said before, you receive a selection email so communicating that you are among the 50 companies that show the highest potential for Smart Energy Week Japan. We will start with a strategic coaching by preparing you through a pre-departure briefing, coaching, and providing support to organize at best our business mission. There will be a pre-departure briefing on the 6th of December, as we've seen before, and the business mission of 4 nights, 5 days, in this case, in Japan. You will also benefit from a post-event coaching to understand what have been the impact of the business mission to your business activities. So let's focus now, of course, on the registration. So you are invited to create an account through our website. So you Google EU Business Hub.eu and you either click on the Get Started button or on Join Us button, and you will find the same button, so the Get Started button, in the Business Mission webpage. You are asked then to create an account, so to register by filling in your information, such as your email address, the contact details of the contact person, the VAT number, and then an account will be created. And once you register, you will be able to log in the member area. The second step to express interest for the Smart Energy Week would be to, of course, start with the expression of interest form. So the step 2 would be to log in on the platform, select the business mission that is relevant for you, and submit the form by the 25th of October. As we said before, there's a unique deadline both for the expression of interest and the application form, so we advise you to fill in your expression of interest as soon as possible. As you can see on the slide, so you will see once you are connected for which business mission the application phase is open. You click on the green button Express Interest, and you will need to fill in your expression of interest. Your EOI will ask you for company details, contact person details, your business activities, and the motivation and interest to apply to the relevant business mission. The subsequent step would be an eligibility check by our team. So the team verify that all the criteria for participation are met, and if your company is eligible, you will receive an email inviting you for apply. So in case you're eligible or not eligible, you will in any case receive information. The eligible companies will also receive an invitation to log in again to the website and fill in the application form. If you're not eligible, you can also reach out to the team and ask us actually the reason for being disqualified. So as you can see here in the overview of the website, we have provided an example of a company that was eligible for a specific mission but not eligible for the other one. So when you are eligible, the apply button will be enabled, and you have the opportunity by clicking on the button to start and finalize the application. So as said before, note that expression of interest and the fact that you are eligible do not mean that you have finalized the application process. You will need in any case to start the application form and fill in it in all of its parts and provided it by the final deadline. So with the application form, we ask you to log in again, fill in by the set deadline, in this case, the 25th of October. Once set and once the deadline expired, all the applications that we have received are assessed by independent experts using predefined criteria. Again, if your application is unsuccessful, feel free to contact the team to receive any feedback regarding your application, because it could be that you're maybe eligible or better suited for another business mission that is organized in the framework of the Business Hub program. So again, very important, our application process is a two-step process composed by an expression of interest and an application form that needs to be filled in for applying to a business mission. The application form is a very important step because it's meant to give the opportunity to showcase actually your activity, how you're better positioned in the market, and to showcase how your activity differentiate your business from other. The application form includes, of course, company's details, business profile, information regarding your business activities. We will ask information about your international strategy to enter the Japanese market and the relevance of your product for the green and low carbon sector, and participant detail. So this again is an overview. So once you are selected, then you will be informed, and you're asked to validate, of course, and commit to the business mission participation. And then all the other steps will apply. So preparation and coaching, pre-departure briefing, and the actual business mission with a post-event coaching. So without further ado, I will give then the floor now to my colleague that will provide you with some tips and tricks for filling in your expression of interest and application.
Thank you, Nicoletta. Hello, everyone. My name is Sebastian, the team leader for the EU Business Hub program, and happy to provide you with some further tips and tricks for the application. So as mentioned in the previous slides, we have a two-step process for applying to the program. The first one is filling out an expression of interest, which is a very short, quick to fill out form on our website that will allow us as program organizers to assess your company's profile and eligibility for the mission. And the next step is, of course, making an application that provides more information, more details on your mission. So detailing your expression of interest thoroughly is important for two reasons. One is, of course, the eligibility check, and the other one is also the fact that the data provided there will be used as an input for your application as well. So that should ease the filling out of the application form as well. But it's important to be descriptive. So that provides the team with as many and as precise as possible information to do our eligibility checks, but also to refine your application and enhance your chances of the selection ultimately. So the message here is really show us that you are a good fit for this mission by giving us sufficient information. If you have any questions on the questions on the EUI form, then you can always reach out to our EU recruitment clusters for your country to solve any doubts or any issues you may have and maximize your chances of selection by filling out the form with the right information. So I think that's important. Ask for feedback to the team where necessary. Also, in case of non-eligibility reasons, which might happen, the eligibility criteria are clearly stated on our website as well. So they are they're generic across the different business missions. But our team can assist you in applying and finding the right mission for your company. The next slide for the second step, which is the application, a couple of do's and don'ts. I think on the do side, as I already mentioned, a detailed description for your company's go-to-market strategy is important, and specifically focus on the target market. So for the mission that we've been talking about, that would be Japan. And provide us with the details regarding a number of key items. So first of all, what is your target audience? What kind of companies, local companies, would you like to meet? What kind of business collaborations would you like to establish in the local market? Are there already any specific stakeholders you are working with today or you have identified as potential targets? Those would be very relevant, also part of the selection process, in terms of knowing how, you've already thought about the participation in the mission and your market entry into Japan or expansion as relevant. The second point would be what makes your company unique and competitive in the local market. So I think that's really important as well. Something that we look at in terms of the chances of success of a mission as well. And then particularly why Japan, or why the Republic of Korea? Why are you targeting this market? And are there specific connections or synergies that you are looking for? And again, provide the relevant details. I mean, we don't need bookworks, of course, but I think a straightforward description that includes the above mentioned details and any key differentiators that your company can provide that is relevant for the market would be very much appreciated. Try to avoid generic descriptions of your international strategy or your target audience or business activities and your company profile. The more it is targeted to the target market, the more relevant it will be for the program. There are a number of details that are requested in the application form on the basis of which experts will assess each and every application. And so the consistency of those numbers in terms of, for example, number of staff, employees, the revenue, or turnover, etc., is relevant in that as well. And the form asks for the last 3 years, so it would be helpful to have that information readily at hand when filling out the form. Then on the next slide, an example. So provide a short description of the strategy, international business strategy, especially with regard to the target market. So overarching ambitions of your company, well described, as well as the relevance of the expansion for your company or product or service within the specific target market. Provide the rationale why that target market is relevant for your company. Why are you ready to move into Japan or the Republic of Korea? Detail also your products or services that you want to focus on, particularly for that target market. You may have a specific product in mind that you think is relevant for the target market. So specifying that is very, very important. And what would be your steps to successfully implementing your internationalization strategy? What have you already done, and what are you planning to do with the support of the mission as well? And again, if that's relevant, your current involvement abroad. So we ask about, your internationalization strategy in general, but also particularly, of course, in Asia or in the target market. And any lessons learned would be very welcome as well. So again, on the don'ts side of the tips, generic descriptions that do not specify specifically the target market would be not very helpful. Or less likely to be successful in terms of the selection process. In terms of specific reasons of why you want to go for this specific target market is very important. So please add those, and not providing this why and how behind your ambitions, etc., would not be helpful in terms of the selection process. Then on the next slide, we have our contact points. So there are email addresses here and the clusters that cover each of the countries. So please do not hesitate to contact these clusters, because they can help you in the process with the expression of interest as well as the application form.
It is also very important for us to, see how we can improve our services. So if you would like to scan and provide us a feedback on this info session, we would be grateful for that. And of course, I always invite everyone to follow the program on social media. So there it's also where we update about the upcoming business mission, about info session or events where a team member, a team representative is present and can provide any other clarification. So you can, always check for regular updates via the EU Business Hub website or through our social media channel, and write to the cluster email or to the general support mailbox that we set up. So I would like to thank Tatiana and Sebastian for joining us today, and thank you all participants for taking the time to listen to the details of the Smart Energy Week, and we hope to see your expression of interest and application, and to see you during one of our business mission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.